Oh no, where have they gone?
Are you looking for Judy and Jerome?
Yes, I am.
Oliver took off with them, down Doc's branch line. Funny that. Oh.
Oliver!
Oh, hello there.
Where is the breakdown train, Judy and Jerome? Do you know?
I left them on a siding down the line, but Duck moved them somewhere else.
Where? I need to find them as quickly as possible. There's an emergency.
Howdy everyone, this is HankAmericanEngine and welcome to the TrackMaster 2.0 Extraordinary Engines Review. This 3-pack train set covers a re-released character and a brand new one. Ryan and Jerome was a 3-pack train set released alongside Link, Thomas, and Hugo and Skip early on in this year. And it's given the fandom the first merchandise release of Jerome, the Breakdown Train.
Oh, finally!
So we're going to start with the most important part of this set, and that's going to be Ryan.
Cheerio!
He was released back in 2015, but that particular release had black wheels on him. And that caused an uproar in the fandom. With this re-release of him, Ryan now has his appropriate purple wheels, and he looks nice with them. As per the norm with this line, he suffers buffritis, but that's pretty much to be expected. However, unlike his 2015 release, he has splashes of mud or dirt on both sides, and I think that's a neat little touch. Something Fisher-Price has done is added his name to the other side of his nameplate smoke box, as his previous release only had his name on one side, with the other being blank. Now both nameplates on each side of Ryan have his name written on them, and it kind of makes him look a bit more like his televised counterpart. Other than the two major fixes Fisher-Price has done to him, Ryan is just the same as his 2015 release, and looks smart shuffling down the rails. Now onto the main part of this set. Jerome is a long overdue release, but I think this wait was more than worth it. I don't remember the last time I got so excited for a TrackMaster 2.0 release, particularly when it came to the rolling stock, but I'm over the moon with just how amazingly Fisher-Price did with Jerome. I don't really see any glaring faults with Jerome, and I can only find myself singing praise each time I have him on the rails. So the fact that his buffers are literally non-existent protruding parts from the frame is a problem, and he's not the first, unfortunately and probably will not be the last, to suffer this issue in the range. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Jerome has so much detail applied directly onto him, and it's a genuine breath of fresh air to the rolling stock in the 2.0 range. One definitively unique aspect to how Jerome is attached to his accompanying flatbed is something that I have to give props to Fisher-Price for. Jerome has a special coupling that fastens into his flatbed semi-permanently. It can be uncoupled if you use enough force, but I don't recommend it. I think that's just unique for Fisher-Price to have done to keep some realism for this breakdown train. And it makes it easy for engines to pull them around the rails. Something that fascinated me was how Fisher-Price gave Jerome and his accompanying flatbed the riveted detail that is seen in the show, and it's actually molded onto both the crane and the flatbed truck. This is carried on in the molded detail on Jerome himself. His face is accurate, but rather small compared to his televised counterpart. On his crane arm, you can see the support beams molded directly into the arm, and even some of his cabling is molded into the sides of his crane arm. If you look near his base, you'll see the piston used to operate his winch molded in there, and several interesting parts as well, such as the cabling winch itself. Atop his cab roof, you can see two silver spots. One signifies the chimney, while the other signifies his support cables to his crane arm. On his sides, you can see plenty of rivet detail, and his nameplate is printed directly onto his side. It's legible as well, and even the correct color as it is in the show. Even his warning straps are painted onto the sides and back of his cab. His hook is at a permanent length and can't be adjusted. It's not too long, it's not too short, and it even allows you to pick up and re-rail derailed cars onto the track. Now I know you're all wondering what this yellow thing is on his flatbed, and I can answer that for you. It's not just a piece of cargo that Jerome can lift about so he has something to do, but it's something I give props to Fisher-Price for coming up with. It's a warning buffer. You can actually place this into the rails, and it snugly fastens itself in between the ties while standing upright. The back legs fold out to help support the sign, and it's actually pretty hard for any of the engines from the 1.0, 1.5, and 2.0 range to knock down. I really like this pack. Jerome is a character so many people have wanted, and we now finally have him in the 2.0 TrackMaster range. Though some minor adjustments are needed, I am really impressed with the effort Fisher-Price put into making Jerome. Now, Fisher-Price, this is just me, but if you really want to cash in on the breakdown frame, release Judy with Daisy. Just mold Judy's face and print her name instead of Jerome's on the side of the cap. Instant cash cow. Just like Jerome. Better yet, release Ryan and the workers' carriage with Judy and Jerome for $40 to $50 US. I'll buy one if you do. Anyways, the Ryan and Jerome 3-piece train set is probably one of the most anticipated releases for this year. And I don't see any reason why you shouldn't buy this one. You get Ryan's appropriate purple wheels, and you get Jerome. Even though there are some prominent issues for both Ryan and Jerome that could really lift their appearance, I'm going to do a first on my channel by giving this 3-piece train set a complete 5 stars. The fact that Fisher-Price listened to complaints from their customers regarding the first release of Ryan truly impressed me, and Jerome has so much attention to detail that it's enough to bypass that glaring bufferitis. Thanks for watching this video from HankAmericanEngine. Let me know what you think of this particular train set, and if you liked this video and want to see more like it in the future, please click that subscribe button for more content from me, and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. This is HankAmericanEngine, and I'll see you in the next one.